Hola chicos y chicas. In this video, we are going to try something a little bit different. In your previous videos, you've always watched the video and then taken notes. And for this one, you're welcome to take notes as well. But primarily, one of the things that I want you to focus on when you're doing this is to actually practice saying sentences on your own. So what's going to happen is I'm going to model a question and an answer to that question that you might say. And I want you to also practice answering the questions, kind of like you and I are having a conversation where I ask the question and you answer the question. Now, before I have you answer, I will model how to do that myself so that you have an idea of what your answer should be like. Also, when I give you a model of how I want you to answer that question, I'm going to use different examples for activities that I like and don't like to do. I want you to make sure that you are please not using the same examples that I'm using when you yourself are practicing. That way you're just getting a different variety of words and phrases that you're saying. So since in this unit we are talking about likes and dislikes, the first question that I want to know the answer to is ¿Qué te gusta hacer? Okay, you can practice saying that now. ¿Qué te gusta hacer? This is how we ask, what do you like to do? Now, if you asked me this question, I might say, a mí me gusta pasar un rato con los amigos, saying I like to spend time or hang out with my friends. So when you answer this question, you want to say, a mí me gusta, and then fill that in with an activity that you like to do. So why don't you try that? A mí me gusta, and then say an activity. Okay, great. Hopefully you were able to come up with something that you like to do other than a mí me gusta pasar un rato con los amigos, which is what I said for mine. All right, now to extend upon that question, we're going to talk about a couple of phrases that you can add to your sentences when you're talking about likes and dislikes that make what you're saying a little bit more interesting. Here's the first one. Antes de la escuela, which means before school. Okay, so I could use this to talk about what I like to do before school. Antes de la escuela. Why don't you say that with me? Antes de la escuela. Antes de la escuela. Okay, so I would use this to say before school, I like to, whatever it is that I like to do. Or I could put this phrase at the end of the sentence. Let me show you the first way. If I was going to say, before school, I like to study, I would say, antes de la escuela, a mí me gusta estudiar. Okay, why don't you try saying one? Antes de la escuela, a mí me gusta, and then whatever it is you like to do. Okay, so another way that you could do this is to put antes de la escuela at the end of the sentence. Kind of like in English, if I were to say, I like to study before school, I would say, a mí me gusta estudiar antes de la escuela. Why don't you tell me that same thing that you like to do, but put before school at the end of your sentence? Okay, you got it? Good. So, similarly to before school, I want to be able to talk about what I like and don't like to do after school. That phrase is después de la escuela. Let's say this. Repite. Después de la escuela. Después de la escuela. Now, just like antes de la escuela, I can put this at the beginning or at the end of my sentence. So, I might say, después de la escuela, a mí me gusta mirar la televisión. For after school, I like to watch TV. Why don't you tell me something that you like to do after school? Okay, good. Now try saying it the other way by putting después de la escuela at the end of the sentence. For mine, I would say, a mí me gusta mirar la televisión después de la escuela. How would you say it? Muy bien. Okay, so moving on to the next one. We've talked about before and after school. And now we want to use another phrase, which is con los amigos. Con los amigos means with my friends or with friends. Okay, just like antes de and después de la escuela, I can put this phrase at the beginning or at the end of the sentence. So I could say, con los amigos, a mí me gusta correr, which means with friends, I like to run. Okay, so I put con los amigos at the beginning of the sentence there. I forgot to practice saying this. Say con los amigos. You could also say con mis amigos if you wanted to say with my friends. Mis is spelled M-I-S if you wanted to write that down. Okay, so I could also say a mí me gusta correr con los amigos, for I like to run with friends. Why don't you try saying a sentence with con los amigos to say what you like to do with friends? Okay, got one? Great. So, moving on to a connecting word. Okay, we're going to learn a couple of different connecting words in this unit, and for this video, we are going to focus on the word pero. Pero means but, as in B-U-T, not B-U-T-T, haha. Okay, so pero means but, and for my sentence here, I'm going to use pero as a connecting word to talk about something that I like and something that I don't like. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay, so I might say, a mí me gusta comer la pizza, pero a mí no me gusta comer la hamburguesa. See, I've used the word pero to say I like to eat pizza, but I don't like to eat hamburgers. Okay, a mí me gusta comer la pizza, pero a mí no me gusta comer la hamburguesa. You can use this with any two things that you like but then don't like something else. It doesn't just have to be foods. So why don't you try putting together a sentence that uses pero to connect something that you like by saying a mí me gusta and then something, pero a mí no me gusta and then something else. Okay, similar to that sentence, we also want to be able to connect words, still using pero, but this time we're going to extend it to say something that I like, but I like something else more than that first thing. Like I could say, a mí me gusta comer las hamburguesas, a mí me gusta comer la pizza, pero me gusta más comer las hamburguesas. This is saying, but I like to eat hamburgers more, because I like hamburgers more than pizza, if that was the case. I could also say, oh wait, let's try that. So you could do saying two things, one thing that you like, but something that you like more, okay? Using a mí me gusta, pero a mí me gusta más. Now, for the other one, it's really kind of the same idea. We're going to use pero me gusta mucho, which means but I really like something else. Okay, so if I was, for this sentence, I might say, a mí me gusta comer la pizza, pero a mí me gusta mucho comer las hamburguesas, which means I like pizza, but I really like hamburgers. So why don't you say something, hopefully not the same example, of something that you like, but something that you really like. Okay, so just to review the kinds of things that we talked about in this video. We went over the question, ¿Qué te gusta hacer? What do you like to do? What do you like to do antes de la escuela, después de la escuela, and con los amigos? Remember, all of those phrases could go at the beginning or at the end of the sentence. We also talked about the word pero, which means but, and some phrases that I could use with pero to say, but I like something, but I don't like. No me gusta. Or me gusta más. Or me gusta mucho. Remember, the whole point here is for you to practice saying these words and phrases, not just to be writing them down, and to work on your pronunciation and sentence structure. All right, if you have any questions, you can always send me an email. Gracias y adiós.